Welcome back to the channel. Are you curious about the value of your Australian coins today? We're focusing on the 1967 10-cent coin. Join me as we explore what makes this coin valuable and discuss other factors that can increase its worth and see if you've got a coin worth big money. Let's get started.
Let's begin with the coin's design. The reverse of the 1967 10-cent coin features a beautifully stylized superb lyrebird designed by artist Stuart Devlin, who crafted many of Australia's decimal coin designs. The lyrebird, known for its elaborate tail and incredible mimicry, is a perfect emblem for Australia's natural uniqueness. On the obverse we have the young Queen Elizabeth with the portrait sculpted by Arnold Machin. This was the first decimal portrait used in Australian currency and remains iconic. The coin is struck in cupro nickel 75% copper 25% nickel, weighs 5.65 grams and measures 23.60 millimeters in diameter. Despite its simplicity, the 1967 10C has design elements that continue to resonate with collectors and history buffs alike. Now for the mintage figures. In 1967, the Royal Australian Mint produced approximately 26.6 million 10-cent coins for circulation, a fairly high mintage, making the coin quite common in circulated condition. For this reason, if you have a worn 1967 10C coin, it is typically only worth face value 10 cents unless it's in exceptional condition. But as with all coins, rarity is not just about how many were made. It's about how many survive today in pristine, uncirculated condition or as part of collectible sets, and that's where we start to see value open up. Coins that have been well preserved for over 55 years, especially those graded or stored in official mint packaging, can demand far more than their face value. Let's talk value. A circulated 1967 10C coin in average condition is only worth about 10 cents to 0.30 Australian dollars, but in uncirculated or near mint condition the price rises significantly. Uncirculated examples can fetch anywhere from $5 to 25 Australian dollars depending on grade and market interest. If you manage to find a proof versio, these were not officially issued in general circulation in 1967, but a limited number of proof coins were produced as part of proof sets. They can be worth $30 to 60 Australian dollars or more. Coins graded by NGC or PCGS with high marks like are especially sought after, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for slabbed examples. That brings us to the topic of Royal Australian Mint subscriptions and coin sets. While the formal subscription model wasn't as established in 1967 as it is today, collectors could still purchase annual coin sets from the mint. These would include all denominations from 1 cent up to 50 cents, struck to either BU Brilliant Uncirculated or Proof standards. If you were lucky enough to acquire or inherit a full mint set from 1967, you have one of the earliest decimal era collector sets, which holds both historical and monetary value. These sets are typically housed in hard plastic display cases or sealed envelopes and can fetch $80 to 150 Australian dollars on today's market, depending on condition. So what would a coin subscription style set featuring the 1967 10C coin look like? Since individual coin subscriptions were not as formalized at the time, let's imagine a curated or compiled collector set featuring examples of the 1967 10C. Such a set might include a mix of high-grade uncirculated coins from proof sets, and maybe a few errors or variations if all coins were uncirculated, especially in mint-sealed packaging or slabs. That set could easily be worth $300 to 800 Australian dollars depending on grades and inclusion of rarities. For someone collecting with investment in mind, this type of set would offer excellent diversity preservation and long-term historical value. Speaking of rarities, let us talk about errors and varieties. There are no widely known major errors for the 1967 10C coin, but as with any large mintage, small anomalies like off-center strikes, die cracks, or weak strikes can exist. These may not command astronomical prices, but they do attract a niche group of error coin collectors. A confirmed die clash or significant mistake from 1967 could potentially bring in $50 to 200 Australian dollars or more. If in high grade, it's worth checking your coins under good lighting or with a magnifier to look for unusual characteristics. Who knows, you might be holding a minor error with major appeal. Grading plays a huge role in the value of a 1967 10-cent coin. If you are thinking about selling or preserving one, especially a pristine example, you should consider submitting it to a professional grading service. Australian collectors tend to use PCGS NGC or ANAX, all of which offer grading. Slabs that authenticate and preserve your coin while boosting its resale value. A coin graded or better instantly becomes more desirable. Not only does this protect your investment, but it also gives buyers confidence. When shopping in the second-hand or auction market, even a $5 raw coin could become a $30 item once professionally graded. So is the 1967 10-cent coin worth collecting? Absolutely. Even though it's not rare in the wild, its historical significance beautiful. Design and affordability make it an ideal coin for both new and experienced collectors completing a decimal era typeset. You need it teaching young collectors about Australia's coinage evolution. It's perfect. Looking for a low-cost way to start building your own investment-grade mint collection? You have found it, and for those looking to build out a full subscription style or high-grade themed set especially around the first few years of decimal currency, the 1967 10C coin is a must-have cornerstone. To wrap it all up, the 1967 Australian 10-cent coin might not be a rare treasure chest find, but it is a piece of Australian history that holds both monetary and educational value, whether you have got one sitting in a change jar or you are looking to build out a coin uncirculated collector. Set their potential here, especially if the coin is in top condition or part of a mint issued collection. So dig through those old tins, check your inherited coin albums, or browse local coin shops and online marketplaces. You just might come across a gem. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment with your coin stories, and subscribe for more deep dives into collectible coins from Australia and beyond. Until next time, happy hunting next